Well, hello. My name is Martin Day. This is the Ridiculousness, and this is episode 16.
Something like that.
Harder. 15. 15. This is episode 15. And then you got one ahead of myself. And then you went into the future. Awesome. Welcome back once again into my studio. The wonderful, fantastic Tanner.
Hi!
Yeah! We're actually a bit too bubbly for the theme of this podcast. Tanner decides that there has to be themes for her podcast. She's not comfortable with impromptu, just off the cuff.
Oh, no, because I could just blurt anything out.
Exactly.
You know.
Today, the theme is anger.
Anger.
Yeah, that's probably the least
That was like Simba on The Lion King when he tries to do a big roar and he's like, rawr.
Oh man, I fucking hate Disney films.
Oh,
they make me angry. Actually, Disney films, kids things make me angry. In the past, like when I was a kid, the stuff I watched, I don't mind that so much. Like Dumbo, I can watch Dumbo over and over again.
That's a really sad film.
I don't mind that. It's a bit sad, you know, and it's got silly bits in places, and it's got bits that freak me the fuck out. Pink Elephants on Parade scared the shit out of me when I was a child. I couldn't watch that. I had to oh no. I had to hide behind my hands. But like children's stuff today is fucking appalling. It's
Some
really
of it
appalling. I think like the really the really small children, like the Teletubbies and I don't know, In the Midnight Garden or something, where they
I don't know what that is.
me. That's what it's just noises. It's just fucking gibberish.
Yeah.
It makes no sense whatsoever. And you know, I understand, like, even before then, like the Magic Roundabout. The Magic Roundabout didn't make any fucking sense. You know, that's in the same boat, but I don't know. It had like characters. It had plot, like proper like story-driven episodes. Even though in its basic form, programs today, they don't make any sense. Naughty Nunu comes along and sucked up all the custard. Shit. That's the fucking episode. That's the story. There's nothing else. They've got a TV fucking in their chest that shows you some pictures of kids in a play school playing with sand. It was so good. Let's watch it again. Why the fuck do they have to? Repetition is the thing with children. If they see it once, they don't remember it. If you show it to them 1,000 times, they'll remember it.
When I was a kid, I used to watch, like me and my sister would watch a video, probably a Disney video, and we'd literally rewind it and put it back on again straight after.
Yep. And because you can do that when you're a child.
Yeah.
You can sit there and watch it over and over again. Have you tried doing that now?
It'd probably make me really angry.
Yeah. I don't know. You watch something like the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings. Let's watch that one, and then rewind that. Watch that one again. No, I wouldn't even want to watch it the first time. I read the books, and you know that was long enough. I've got to sit there through the movies. They're beautiful, but fucking hell, it's just too long. It's too long. Movies are too long now.
Yeah,
that makes me angry. The new Batman film. That's 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
Oh, wow.
2 hours and 40 minutes long. Now, I've been told by very reliable and credible people that the pacing of it is actually done really well, and it doesn't feel like it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. It doesn't feel like it's too long. But that's still too fucking long for a movie. A movie shouldn't be more than an hour and a half.
2 hours
It really
max.
shouldn't. 2 hours, absolutely maximum. That's if it's the director's cut.
Yeah.
So, this is the other side. I love a director's cut.
Oh, well,
I love it when a movie
can't be asked with
has...
That makes me angry. Proper film geeks who watch all that bullshit. If it wasn't in the film... I
watch it with audio commentary. I want to know what the director was thinking when he did that shot, and the cameraman and the boom operator and fucking whoever else is sitting in their tiny studio watching the same crappy movie that I am. Except they're more invested in it because they made the fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just laughing at it because it's ridiculous. Oh dear! I know I love movies, so I can't really talk about that in this.
Yeah.
Because there's things that make me angry. But the proper like film buffs and geeks and stuff like that makes you angry.
Yeah. Well, no, they don't really make me angry, but they just...
If it's a film that you really like, you've got a DVD or Blu-ray, as the kids are saying these days. You know, it's something you really like. It's your favourite film. And it's got an audio commentary on it with the star and the director of the movie. And it's your favourite actor in the world. Would you then watch the movie with the audio commentary over the top? Because it's them talking. It's essentially what we're doing now.
I probably would, and I have watched films like that before, but like, I don't think I'd watch the whole thing. I get really bored, and I'm like, well, I just
What's
want
the
to watch
point?
the film.
I can't watch the film because I can't hear it properly.
Yeah.
These cunts are talking over
Yeah,
it.
and sometimes it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because they're talking about something else.
Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do with what's on the screen.
Like some kind of in-joke from like behind the scenes or whatever, and it's like, well,
Generally, yeah,
that means
no, you're
nothing
right.
to me.
You're right. I fucking hate audio commentaries now. You've turned me. I hate them. But no, I don't know. Cars piss me off. I don't like... Because I'm a pedestrian, right? Occasionally... no, I'm not even an occasional cyclist. I'm not a cyclist. I fucking hate cyclists as well. I hate cyclists who ride on the pavement.
See, but the thing is, I'm not a cyclist because I can't ride on the pavement because I'm fucking terrified of going on the roads.
See, it's...
So that's why I can't cycle, because it's
Yeah.
like people get annoyed if I go on the pavement. So, but I'm not going to cycle on the road.
See,
Fuck
when
that.
when I used to ride on a bike, I'm on the road, essentially. I'm on the pavement most of the time. If there are people coming up, I get off the pavement because that's
Yeah.
not my place. But if it's free, I'm going to use it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'll move out of the way of pedestrians. I'm too considerate, I think, to be on the roads.
Yeah, I keep
I'd be that
thinking I
person
should learn
who'd
to
stop
drive.
in front of a
but
junction just to let some twat out.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
And if it was my right of way, I probably wouldn't even realise and just
Yeah.
let everyone
Oh,
go
yeah.
past just because I
I'm
don't want to
sitting there
get
at the
involved in
roundabout,
some
everyone's like,
confrontation.
go! And I was like, what? Oh, shit, yeah, they've got to give way to the right. It's my turn, isn't it? Oh, shit. I always forget that. And I get my left and right mixed up. So, can't. Oh, dear. But I am going to ride a moped. I could ride a moped, because a moped is essentially just a bigger motorised bike, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I can do that. But a big car, couldn't do a car. Also, I get too distracted. Whilst I'm
This is
driving
the thing.
a car,
I like looking at the scenery.
eventually, I'm going to get into the music,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to be like, yeah, motherfuckers, my arm out the window, I'm like, shit, look at that ass. Boom, I've hit a child. And that's it, I'm fucked for life then.
Yeah.
If I ever kill a child, that's it. You can't come back from that, can you? I couldn't. So,
No.
yeah, I'm not driving a car. God damn it, cars piss me off. Fucking money pisses me off.
Oh,
The whole
I
fact
hate money.
that
But I
we're
love
bound by
money
this.
so much.
You like having money. When you don't have money,
I hate it.
I hate it.
Yeah.
When I've got it, I love it. When I haven't got it, I hate it.
Yeah. When I've got it, I love it too much, and but no. And then again, I probably act like I hate it because as soon as I get it, I get rid of it again, and I'm like, buy
Yeah.
things.
Actually, yeah, that makes
So
sense.
if I loved it that much, I'd keep hold of it, and not let anyone touch it. Not let
That
any
does
big
make a lot of
corporations
sense.
have it, but I don't. I give it all back to them, and I'm like, give me things that I'm gonna probably regret buying
The moment, yeah.
because
It's worth it. It doesn't really... You don't need
I buy
it.
so much crap.
You don't need it.
It's ridiculous.
You want it. You,
that makes me angry that I buy
you
lots
have,
of crap.
I have to, whenever I go to it's like, do I need this or do I want this?
Mm.
And generally, unless it's food or water or shelter, you don't need it.
Shampoo, toothpaste.
Shampoo and conditioner. I mean, those things, yeah, they're essentials. So yeah, I would say you need shampoo, conditioner, you need toothpaste, you need deodorant. Not you
Thanks.
specifically. You need deodorant because you stink. That's not what I mean. But yeah, we need things like that to exist in this society.
Yeah.
So nowadays, it used to be just you needed food and water and shelter and heat. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Nowadays, it is a bit more diverse than that, but
It's stupid because how people justify it as well. Because like I justify to myself that I need makeup and I
you
need
do.
new clothes. I don't need new clothes.
no, you don't
I've
need
got
new clothes. And
shitloads
believe
of
me,
clothes.
you don't need makeup.
I know, but
However,
like
you want to have makeup.
I like to have
You
makeup.
like to have makeup.
That's
It makes you happy. So it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
I spend money on this podcast. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
This is a hobby for me.
Yeah.
So I can rationalise that way. I don't know if you can rationalise makeup as a hobby. But then that's like, I would put that in the same place as tampons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Oh,
like
I hate it that we have to
well, it's
pay
like
for them.
like-
it's an outrage.
toiletries.
The amount of tax, because they're taxed, I think. They still
What?
have VAT on them. I
Well,
think so.
Oh, I
It's
don't know.
outrageous.
I don't know. I'm going to have to ask price control at work about that. Because, yeah.
I
could
think
find
it
that
has
out.
VAT on it.
Or
it's
I
only
could
like
ask
kids
Google,
stuff
but
that doesn't.
generally, I'm pretty sure we did it in one of our podcasts. I've asked the internet a question whilst recording the podcast, and it's never worked. We've never actually really found out. It was about fish. Do you remember fucking cod liver oil?
Yeah,
How
did we make cod liver oil?
Do you have to milk a cod? Yeah, that didn't really work properly. We were fucking... There was dead air for like 3 minutes while we were typing into the computer and stuff. It was rubbish. But that was a brilliant podcast. I liked that one.
Was that the first one?
That was the very first
Yeah.
one. Have you seen the
fun.
the hits on that now? You're near 500, I think.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. I'm still getting used to Windows 7. I can't really do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I do a little bit, but... Hey, there you are.
Is that the most popular one?
It is. Oh, shit, look at that. Booyah, 604 plays / downloads. Your first podcast. Look at that.
I didn't like that one so much because I just kept giggling the whole time.
I know. I do talk
So
about shit.
it's just that weird, annoying giggle. So
It's not annoying. Well,
it
slightly,
could be
but,
annoying
maybe.
to some people.
Yeah, maybe.
It annoys
but
me.
then it was only on for half an hour, so it was a short one. But it
Yeah.
didn't feel like that. But there was 604 plays / downloads at this precise moment in time, which is what, the 8th? Yeah, 8th of August, 2012. I mean, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know when this was posted. I can't remember. There's probably somewhere else that says that. But it's amazing. I can't believe it. And I've got one follower. Who's that?
Me.
That's you. Somebody else on Podomatic hit the follow. Well, you made an account just so you could follow me? Is that
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's lovely. That's a level of commitment that goes above and beyond the Call of Duty. That's why you are my premium numero uno friend. That really is. Oh,
Ace.
man. Yeah, ace. Brilliant. But yeah, this is the most popular podcast that I've got. The fastest growing one, it wasn't the fastest growing. That was Jack's episode.
I don't think I've listened to that one, actually.
That's all right.
There are a few I haven't listened
There's
to.
quite a few now. I'm clocking up the numbers. I'm enjoying this. It's good. And I've got everything up. I've got the Facebooks. I've got the Twitters. Everything. Everything's just cooking. Mail. All sorts of shits.
Excellent.
I still haven't really... I haven't... Because I've received emails. I received an email from Shelley. Which was nice. Saying how much she enjoyed the podcast. And, lovely. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Now, I've set myself a new goal. I want an email from a stranger.
Yeah.
I want, you know what I mean? I want somebody who I don't know to go, yeah, I listened to your podcast and it was shit. I just wanted to let you know, I think you're a twat. Anything, I don't care. But, if it's nice, all the better.
Yeah.
That's good. What I would really like is for somebody to go, I want to give you some money. How do I go about doing that?
Yeah, that's
Or
the best thing. Can you put a donate button, like
I
link
probably
on?
could,
Yeah.
but I feel a little
You're probably
bit
not at that stage yet.
weird. I feel a bit weird doing that. My friend said she'd donate, but
Cool.
I do feel a little bit weird. That's essentially, for me, like cyber begging. And I had enough of that when I was homeless, so I don't really want to...
Do it on the
Not
internet.
cyber begging, you know what I mean, but actual begging. Standing in the street, excuse me, mate, I'm really sorry. You haven't got any spare change up here. I didn't go for any of that bullshit. Mate, I've got my brother's in hospital and I've got to get the bus fare. Have you got 120 for bus fare?
That makes me angry.
That makes me angry.
When-
really fucking angry.
I was at the train station recently and this girl came and asked if I had any change. She was like, oh, I'm pregnant and I need shelter. And it's like, if you were pregnant, you wouldn't be in this situation because...
Well, it's quite possible.
It could be, but
I've
it's
known
like,
people who are
surely
homeless and pregnant.
if you're pregnant, you have an instant right to housing or
Not
shelter
necessarily.
of some kind. And there are fuckloads of women's shelters.
Yeah,
So I
there's
just didn't
fuckloads
believe
of
her
shelters,
that she
so
was
yeah.
pregnant because she was like, I'm 6 weeks pregnant. It's like, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count. Actually, to be totally honest, I don't really think she is due for anything. It's 6 weeks. That's
Yeah.
nothing. It's just a collection of some cells at
Yeah.
that point. That doesn't really exist as an entity. But no, there are plenty of pregnant women that are homeless.
Oh, no, I know.
And
Which is
also,
tragic.
if
That
they're in a
makes me
shelter
angry.
or a hostel, they are still counted as homeless. That does not count as a proper home.
Oh, I know.
If you are staying on a friend's sofa, like you haven't got a house.
Even if
but
you're in a council house, if it's temporary, it's considered homeless. I remember when
no,
we moved to
yeah.
Oxford, we were in a council house, and my
Yeah.
mum was like, "We're homeless."
In temporary
and I was
accommodation,
like, "What?
yeah.
But we have a house." It's like, no, we're still homeless.
But it's not your home, and also that could be taken away at any time.
Yeah.
It's temporary accommodation. That's all it is, and it's fucking frightening. The levels of homelessness that people don't even realise and ignore. There's a huge homeless population in this country.
Yeah.
Huge. Staggering. You would be astounded at the numbers of people that are homeless. Some of them choose for that life. Some of them are just stuck in that life because they've just lived it for so fucking long. Some of them, it's just accidental, isn't it? But, you know, that's life. That's what all the people say. Yeah. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra pisses me off.
Really?
Yeah, he was a fucking womanizer. He had links to the mafia. He was an alcoholic. He was a fucking cunt. Oh, I don't know if I should say that about the man. He was probably nice. I didn't know him personally, but, you know, he said some nasty things about me, and I didn't like that. But no, yeah, he wasn't, in all intents and purposes, a nice person, but, you know, he achieved a level of fame, which means that his shit don't stink.
I
Michael
think
Jackson.
a lot of famous people are
You know what I
probably
mean?
really horrible.
I don't know exactly what happened with Michael Jackson and Macaulay Culkin,
Well,
but
never name.
there was something happened because, you know, there was a lot of shit surrounding all of that, but he achieved a level of fame where his shit don't stink no more. You know what I mean? I don't understand. I don't understand why. If I did that, if I went out and abused some fucking kids and, like, rubbed my willy on them or something, you know what I mean? I'd be sent to prison.
Yeah.
And then some fucking inmates would cut my balls off. And you know what I mean? But, no, it's alright because he made some songs. So it's fine. And a couple of movies.
I don't think
He was in
a
a black
paedophile,
version of
though.
The Wizard of Oz. Did you know that? It's called
Really?
The Wiz. It's true. Absolutely true. Him and Diana Ross and some other people. I think Richard Pryor might have been in it. Do you know who Richard Pryor is?
No.
No, I saw your face go a little bit. He was an old stand-up comic. He was in Superman 4, 3, I don't know. We'll see, you're doing that face. Superman? No?
No.
No, you don't know.
I know who Superman is. I haven't seen any of the films, really.
Wow, the old fucking
I think my
Christopher
mum
Reeves
probably used to
films.
watch them.
Do you know who Christopher Reeves is?
Like, the name sounds familiar.
He was the actor who played Superman in the
Oh,
Superman
okay.
movies, the 80s Superman movies. They're the iconic ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fell off a horse and paralysed himself.
Blimey.
Broke his neck and paralysed. And then he was in a wheelchair. And then you had the irony of you had a Superman that couldn't even walk. But then he died. He died about 5 years ago. I have no idea when he died, but yeah. Sad, really. There's a curse, apparently. A Superman curse. People who are, linked in with Superman, they've, like, gone a little bit cuckoo. Or, like, there was one guy in the old black and white fucking things. I think, actually, I can't really talk about this because I can't fucking remember, but I think he killed himself. An old, Superman back in the day. I think he killed himself. And then fucking Christopher Reeve fell off a horse. And there was other stuff that happened. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's not real. There's no such thing as curses. It's just coincidence. But it's a bit freaky.
Yeah.
How improbable that is, really. But that doesn't piss me off, to be totally honest. I quite like that there's a curse on Superman films. The latest ones have been rubbish. The TV show. I don't know do you remember the new Superman, the Lois and Clark stories with Dean Cain as Superman? Did you ever watch that? The TV show.
I've watched it a couple of times.
And that Desperate Housewife woman, Terry Hatcher, as Lois Lane. Did you? Was that because that must have been on when you were a kid? I guess. So you would have watched that. That was shit. That was fucking awful. I hated that.
My sister really liked it. I can't remember.
Oh. So what do you remember from your childhood then? What did you watch when you were a kid?
Like kids stuff or grown up stuff?
Kids stuff or grown up stuff. Anything really.
What did I watch when I was a kid? Top of the Pops.
I used to love Top of the Pops. Old Jimmy
brilliant.
Savile there, fucking.
EastEnders and like Casualty and stuff.
fucking
I
loved
used to watch
EastEnders.
as a kid.
I used to like Casualty. I used to like Duffy. She
Blue
was my
Peter.
favourite. Blue Peter. Oh.
Grange Hill. Just all the...
Fucking loved Grange Hill as well. But when I watched them, it was completely different from when you watched them. And all of these programmes, generally, that you've said, they were completely different when I watched them. Different characters. They would have been, the same characters, essentially. Like, it would have had Frank Butcher in EastEnders. Yeah, and Pat Butcher and all of that shit. Because, oh, man, Pat Butcher's gone now. She's not in it anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Dot Cotton still in it? She's still
No, I
alive?
don't think she's in it anymore either. I don't know, actually. I haven't watched EastEnders in an awfully long time.
Yeah.
Years, in fact. It's been years since I watched EastEnders.
Same.
But I used to really like EastEnders.
It's brilliant.
I preferred Coronation Street, though. I preferred Coronation Street because it was
get into
funny.
the northern
It was
soaps.
funny. You know what I mean? They had jokes in it. It was funnier, and it wasn't so depressing. And also, when I was a kid, the very first episode of Coronation Street that I watched, The Rover's Return, caught fire, and the current landlady, Bet Lynch, was trapped upstairs, and what was it? Oh fuck, I can't remember his name now. It was in my head and it's just gone. Jack Duckworth. No, see, again, it's before your time, isn't it? But Jack Duckworth, he had his glasses, he had a bit of tape on his glass. I can't even fucking remember now. He sang. He was a singer in real life. He sang songs. But anyway, Jack Duckworth kicked the door in and he climbed upstairs and he rescued this woman from a burning building. Wow. And it was the most exciting fucking thing I'd ever seen in my life. I must have been about 6 or 7 years old. And holy shit, I remember that so vividly because I was just gripped from there on. Something else like that might happen again, and if I don't watch it, I'm going to miss it. So I have to keep watching this show because something like that is going to happen again.
Yeah.
And oh my god, fucking hell, I was so like into it. I watched it all the time. Me and my mum, it was a big bonding moment actually, me and my mum watching Coronation Street. But yeah, don't do that anymore, so... Actually, soaps do kind of piss me off now, in a way. There's no secrecy in them. The television magazines spoils soaps.
Yeah, why do they do that?
Why do they do that? Because, you know what I mean? They spend so much money on making those soaps and stuff, and then they have a magazine that comes out a week before and tells everybody exactly what's going to happen in it.
Pretty much.
Like, and every storyline's got its own little page and stuff, and they interview the actors and like, oh, so you know, you're a murderer. Ooh, what does it feel when you actually finally like grab them and kill them? You know what I mean? Hasn't even happened yet, but you know, how does? Oh god, that annoys me. What pisses you off then?
Oh god, everything.
What made you angry yesterday?
Everything.
Everything made you angry yesterday.
Made me angry yesterday.
Because did you realise some of your text was in capital letters? That's how angry you were.
Yeah.
I'm shouting, even in text form.
Yeah. No, I was just very like, just grr. And you know when you just start thinking about things and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then you just like you're thinking about something about your friends or housemates or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. And then... Even like something that doesn't piss you off, you just start thinking about it and you're like, oh, I hate them. I literally hate them. And but I don't hate anyone, really.
But in that split second,
yeah, you really feel like
millisecond, that
full of rage.
It's a primal instinct to have that. We have to battle that on a daily basis.
Yeah. And it's really frustrating because I was trying to be like, okay, just chill out. You're just pissed off. Right, let's watch this film. I don't want to watch that film. Let's, just do this then. I don't want to fucking do that. I'm like trying to tell myself to do something, and then I'm gonna
clean the house. That's what I fucking do. You're not cleaning the fucking house. Let them fucking clean the house. Fucks.
But in the end, I just had a really hot bath and had a smoke.
Actually, I fucking turned the temperature up in the shower
and chilled out.
Smoked some DMT.
And I felt a lot better.
Fucking.
What? Just casually to chill out,
Yeah, just casually smoked a insane psychoactive fucking...
I don't think that would be good. I don't think any kind of hallucinogenic drugs would be good if you're angry.
No.
That could have
that could have quite dire consequences, I think, really. It is best to take it in a good place, a happy place.
Happy place.
Certainly, I've had experiences with hallucinogenic drugs. Pretty much all of them positive. I've had some bad times on drugs as well. Mm-hmm. There was one time at band camp. Right, my mates, and I use inverted commas heavily, my mates at the time, we were taking acid. And then they said that they wanted to get some hash. Can I go and get some hash? Mm-hmm. So, because I was a bit of a man in my past, you know what I mean? And I facilitated sometimes the procurement of drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't a drug dealer.
No.
In essence, in the law, I was, because even that facilitator is dealing in drugs. Mm-hmm. I was dealing in drugs. but I didn't class myself as a drug dealer.
No,
I wasn't
not at all.
importing it or anything, but you know what I mean? They asked me to go get some hash, so I went up to my mate's, got some hash. He fucking laid out some more trips on my tongue. He was like, open your mouth, and he fucking laid out like 3 trips on my tongue.
Oh my
Just
God.
like, because fucking hell, when I was a kid, days were crazy. Those days were fucking crazy. But anyway, I bring this hash back and I'm fucked. My eyes are just rolling, and you know what I mean? They're like, brilliant, we got the hash. We're going to the pub now. So we walked to the pub and they went, oh yeah, go into the garden. We've just got to go over here. We'll meet you in there in a minute. So I go into the garden and I wait and they don't come back. So I'm like,
Bitches.
fuck. I think I've been stung because they've got the hash now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I go back to their house and they're all in there. And I'm starting to get a bit fucking agitated. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
this is some bad shit that they've just done to me, but I'm fucked and I can't really process it properly. And I chewed a fucking golf ball sized ulcer in my fucking lip.
Oh my God.
Fucking no word of a lie. That fucking big. Because I was just like,
Oh my God.
you know what I mean? Gurning away like a fucking 10 to the dozen. I sat by their fucking front door. So when they opened, because I knew they had to come out at some point. So when they opened the front door, I could stick my foot in the door and they're not going to be able to close it. I'm going to be like, fucking let me in. Give me my fucking hash back, you fucking cunts. But, you know, it didn't work. I didn't get back in the house. I just ended up like going back to my squat and fucking sitting and festering in semi-darkness. And my brain just working overdrive. Just thinking and thinking and thinking about these cunts that just fucking ripped me off. They just fucking ripped me off, man.
Oh, it's a horrible feeling when you get ripped off.
It is a horrible feeling. And these are my friends.
Yeah.
These were my friends. They were my friends. And then, like, a couple of days later, one of them, like, I was playing in Sega Park on, like, I can't remember, it was X-Men versus Street Fighter, I think, which was a badass game back in the day. And one of my mates comes in and sits next to me and starts playing, as we used to do, you know what I mean? We'd have battles and shit. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, what? The other day, what the fuck are you doing? Just like, oh, mate, oh, that was Will. It was nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. It was just him. It's like, what the no, fuck you. And that was it then.
Yeah.
In fact, I fucking left town pretty soon after that. That was the real start of my homeless journey.
Yeah.
In fact, I moved to Brighton then. That was horrible. I fucking hated that time. So yeah, that was a really bad experience of hallucinogenic drugs. Don't do hallucinogenic drugs when you're angry.
No. It doesn't sound fun. God.
That was a nice cheery story. Everyone's feeling nice and happy now. Good. This is a good way to start things. I'm going to drink some more coffee, I think.
Excellent.
So I can't recommend doing drugs in bad frames of mind. If you're going to do drugs, do them in a good place where you are surrounded by actual friends who are
And
supportive
love.
and generally are on the same things that you are. Because if they're not, then you know that it does create that balance. If you've got a guy in the corner who's pissed, you got a guy in the
God,
corner who's
it's the
just
worst.
sitting there smoking weed, and then you got a guy in there fucking off his face on MDMA. You know what I mean? Like,
That doesn't work.
it doesn't really work.
It's
The
not gonna
energy in the room is just so conflicted then.
Confused.
Oh my god. But you can have, like, I don't know. No, because the energy that you project is, I believe, is tangible.
Yeah.
Like when I'm on, even when I'm sober or on altered
Yeah, no,
states,
just energy.
there's an energy that I'm projecting and
Yeah.
it influences other people. If I come into a room and I'm buzzing my tits off and I'm like, yeah, how you doing? Booyah! Look at your pretty face. You know what I mean? It influences other people's moods.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
That's a deep metaphysical
Negative
concept.
energy
I like
makes
that.
me angry.
Yeah, when
Because
somebody-
I'm very sensitive to other people's moods, I think. So if people are around me grumpy with a miserable look on their face, I'm just like, whoa! Fuck you! I hate you!
So, I mean, I get grumpy. Obviously, everyone's
Yeah,
going to get
everyone
grumpy
gets
at times to
grumpy.
time. I try and hide it. I don't
Same,
really
yeah.
want, you know, when people come round, I don't want to be grumpy in front of people.
Yeah,
but I
it's
don't
not nice.
necessarily want to be all smiles and sunshine.
Yeah.
So I would generally just be quiet.
Yeah.
I won't say anything. I will look at my phone.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not that I'm being rude, ignorant, arrogant, or whatever. But yeah, I'm just in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And I don't want to start talking about it because I'll just start having a rant then.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know, rants do make me feel better. Getting it off your chest a little bit, it's always good to speak your mind. And
But
get
to the
things
right
off your
people,
chest.
and
Yeah.
there's a time and a place.
There is
Like,
generally a time and a place. Oh.
yeah, anger's like a horrible emotion because it's so passionate as well. Like,
Yeah.
you have to really feel something for someone to be genuinely to feel anger. I think, like,
Yeah, I mean,
at
to a
the
degree,
same
like
time. Like, you
I
can be
feel
angry
anger
with a
at work.
stranger or like at work or with a situation, but like for someone in particular to really rile you up, like
to
you have
to that kind of point.
yeah, and it's so you have to do something with it because it festers.
Yeah, no, it's there. It
It's
won't
horrible.
go away.
And I hate it when you get so angry. You're like angry with tears.
Oh God!
And it's like that horrible angry crying, like, oh, and you just want to scream.
See, as long as there's an outlet for it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You can let it
Definitely.
out. I was getting quite angry at work. Things
Mm.
there were pissing me off. And then I realised that I was taking life way too fucking seriously.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes
I
you've just got to not worry.
I can't change it. I
Yeah.
can't. So it's pointless getting angry over it. I've just got to do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I can do. That's my job. So eventually it will change.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I can do.
Mhm. Yeah, no, there's no point worrying about things that you can't control because they're beyond your control. So
Yeah.
why let it affect you negatively?
I mean, you know, I understand people complaining about stuff because you have to get things out of your
Yeah.
chest. That's your outlet for it. But if there is nothing you can do about this, then it is pointless to complain
it's a waste of energy.
incessantly like they do. Because there are people that do complain incessantly about things, and it's
Yeah.
like there's the squeaky door, for instance. Everyone complains about a squeaky door at work, and it's like, well,
Do something about
get
it.
some WD-40, spray it on the fucking hinge. You won't have a squeaky door anymore. I bought a tin for my doors. We had a squeaky front door. We ain't got no squeaky front door. Other varieties of lubricant oil are available, by the way. I don't subscribe particularly to WD-40. I bought Wilkinson's own kind because it was about a third of the fucking price,
Yeah,
and it
it's
does
the
exactly
same
the same
thing.
job. It's just a lubricant oil. Just spray it on stuff, and it's fucking brilliant. It's really flammable. It's good. I was a bit of a pyromaniac when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Fire fascinated me.
My sister had real issues with fire. She nearly set our house on fire a couple of
Whoa.
times, I think. When she was like 4, 5, 6 years
Wow.
old, like
Oh,
very
God.
small.
Computer
So
goes
she
to
just
sleep.
liked playing with matches.
Yeah.
Which I can
Wow.
understand. I think fire is really fascinating. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, if there's just a bonfire, you're at a bonfire or a campfire, and you just get absorbed by looking into the fire. And
Oh
it's like,
God,
wow,
yeah,
look
yeah.
at all that.
Reading Festival.
Yeah.
Wow, I used to love, certainly when I was on drugs, looking into that fire, I saw heaven and hell and all the worlds in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wow, and it's that really like white, intense hot right at the center. That's the I fucking love that. I am not so much of I don't know. Like when I am like disposing of sensitive materials, like when I have bank statements and shit like that, I like to set fire to certain elements of it, like because they've got my account number and
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
code written on the front and back of that bit of paper, and if I just throw that in the bin, then that leaves me
Anyone,
open to
yeah.
that fucking identity fraud. If I file it away, I'm going to end up with tons of fucking paperwork.
Oh, it's
So I
insane.
rip off all the sensitive bits in, like, you know, the little square of my name and address and the account number and sort code and all that bits, and then I recycle the other bit, burn the sensitive bits.
That's
so
a really good
I
idea.
get my little pyro bit from that. So I have to satisfy myself some way. Just gonna check out my position. Fucking check me out. I'm up to number 15.
Hey.
See, I'd fall into some
Woo!
dark depths in the absence. I was away for about a month, and I plummeted from my
Wow.
top spot of number 11. That was the heady heights.
Nice.
That's the highest position I got. All the way down all the way down to, I think, about number 80, I think I was at one point. But yeah, now number 15th most popular comedy podcast.
Excellent.
Although I don't know if this one is too much filled with comedy. There's been a bit of like, is angry funny? Is angry ever funny?
I think it can be hilarious when people get so when you're detached from a situation, when as long as you're not involved in it, when people are so fuming and like their hair goes all on end and their face is red and shining. Yeah, and they're all just like, oh. It can be quite amusing to watch, especially if it's like you want them to be angry because they've made you angry as well.
Absolutely.
It's like, in your face.
In your face.
God, I must sound like a bitch on this episode.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but then, so do I.
I'm really not this bad.
I sound like a bitch all the time. You know what I mean? If people listen to this, like, I fucking hate this, I fucking hate that, I hate everything. People who read 50 Shades of Grey, I hate that too.
You should try reading it.
I have read portions of it.
Making me angry, the people who are slating it and being like, oh, it's this, it's that, and the other, and they haven't even read it. And then they're like, oh, this is this and this is that.
But have you read it all the way through, Tana?
I'm about 3/4 of the way through.
About 3/4 of the way through the first book.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So you haven't read all of it.
No.
There's 2 other books after that.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
You can't claim any moral high ground either.
No, but at least
But I have read portions of it. I don't claim to be an intellectual in any sense of the word, but I do know how to string a fucking sentence together. And that ain't how you do it, E.L. James.
I don't see what's so bad about some of the writing.
Some
of it's a bit repetitive.
A fucking sitcom on telly, some of it. It's
really?
It's like an episode of Peep Show, some of it. I want you to be on first name terms with my penis.
It doesn't say that in it.
It does. I read that myself.
Oh no, wait, maybe there is. When they're in the bath.
I can't remember the situation, but yeah, he turns to her and says, and also, you get an A in oral skills.
What's wrong with that? That's not hilarious.
It's not very good, really. I don't know. There's just bits that's like, it's not for me.
No, but you're not its target market, really.
No, I'm not 40, menopausal, fucking...
See, this is what I don't get about it being for, like, mums. Because the character, she's really young.
It's mummy porn.
Like, it's stupid. It's not for mums. It's for awesome people like me.
It's for awesome people like you. Yes.
Well, of course I'm going to say that.
It is, absolutely.
But, like, the character, it's just gone a bit out of control, I think, all over the world.
Like, she's made millions.
Yeah.
Millions, and she's set to make millions more. And, good for her. Brilliant. Well done. I'm happy that she's making some money. And, it's good that books are being sold in real format and also electronic format. I like, words, scrolling across things. It's great. Brilliant. But I wish that she had taken a bit more care over it. You know what I mean?
But sometimes, writers don't always have that control over their books.
She could have written that slightly better.
Like, the publishers and stuff can have a say in things, and, because they're the ones that publish it. They take the risk of
and, you
putting
can't
it to the market.
Entertain a concept of anal fisting and then
no
not follow up on it.
I don't know why
they entertain the concept of anal fisting.
It's listed.
They talk about anal fisting in the contract.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh no, I'm not doing that. And it's, I want to claim your ass. I want to claim your ass. How fucking Peep Show is that? That's Alan Partridge right there, motherfuckers. It's like a fucking sitcom, some of it. It's terrible. It's terrible. But, great. I hope my mum doesn't read it, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to think of her getting moist over this shit. You know what I mean? Just the bare fact that people at work are talking about this, like, openly, is a bit weird. I don't want to know, like, about fucking... They keep coming up to me and like, what does this mean, Martin? They asked me what love eggs were. I then have to explain to them what love eggs are.
Oh my god!
And,
See, if you don't know what things like that are, you
position.
shouldn't read that book because it's not something you're into anyway. You're just reading it because you're jumping on the bandwagon of some mass market buzz about it.
Yeah.
I read it because it was recommended to me by someone who thought I would genuinely be interested in reading it. Because
do you get turned on by it?
Yeah. There's some really sexy hot scenes in it, and I really like the characters.
Are you a bit submissive? Are you in
Yeah,
a
I have
dominant,
that
submissive kind of frame of mind?
I
Is
have that
a thing?
predisposition anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I was already interested
So that-
in it, and I've done a lot
that
of
appeals to you,
research in it in the
'cause-
last few years. So
Like, other friends, they're not in that frame of mind
yeah,
with that, and they don't understand.
they don't understand
They don't
it.
understand it.
Um,
So
and there's
to
a lot
them,
of,
it's not sexy at all.
there's
in
a lot
any
of,
way, shape, or form. That's
feminist
not sexy.
backlash as well,
Yeah.
which is pissing me off, and people being like, oh, I've been reading on the internet, people being like, oh, this is like going backwards for feminism and stuff, and it's like, no, it's not. There's total difference between, like, you know, domination and submission, and like being sexist and oppressing females, like, because I'm a really strong feminist. I don't see, you can't, the two interests can't be mutually exclusive.
No.
That's ridiculous.
This is making you angry, I can see.
Yeah.
This is good. I like this. Feeding off this energy.
Angry energy.
It is a bit of a negative podcast, I will say. Having a theme of anger can only really lead to negative energy, I think, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe someone who's, like, I hope no one listens to it and they're in a really good mood and then this makes them really pissed off. That would make me feel really bad. But then if someone was really angry and they wanted to rant and listen to other people ranting, then that might be good for them. I don't know. It's like join in with the anger.
Yeah. Yeah. And, like, you know, some of the things that piss us off might piss them off too. But then vice versa.
Then maybe we piss them off as well. We're
I
just
probably
spreading
piss people
anger
off.
all over the world.
I piss people off. You have to entertain
Yeah,
that possibility.
it's a fact.
You cannot please everybody. You cannot be liked by everybody.
No.
There are people in this world that do not like you.
Yeah.
There are people in this world that do not like me. And
There are
that's
loads
fine.
of people that love
What we
me,
talked
though.
about earlier when we were in the kitchen, those people, they don't like me.
Yeah.
They don't like me at all. So, you know what I mean? Fuck them, though. That's what I say.
Yeah.
They were twats. Cunts. They deserve everything that they're going to get.
Yeah.
But I can only do it in karma. I can't act out upon my anger.
No.
I can't do it. I can't. It breathes in front of me. There are some times when I leave work and I'm standing at the train station waiting for my train and the fast train comes through. There are times when it's just like, I could fucking jump in front of this.
Oh my god.
Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, how easy would that be? Fucking, I'm like tweaking hard. Like, But then, you know, I have to look at that and I have to study that. Why am I getting like that? There have to be reasons for that. Is that work? I have just come out of work, so it's possible. Why is that happening? You know, I don't really understand why I'm getting like this sometimes.
It's worse when, like, you're angry and you can't explain why.
Yeah.
And that's
And I can't do anything
worse.
about it. It's so
Yeah.
frustrating. And
So
then
you
I
gotta,
just
like,
like
dig
start
deep.
kicking things and I'll punch something and ow, it fucking hurt my hand. Oh.
Start slamming doors and stomping up the stairs.
See, you know, I don't do that. I only do that in jesting, like when me and Ali like play, like argue.
You have play arguments.
We do play argue, yeah.
That's awesome.
We've never really argued. Not really. We have been snippy with each other, and occasionally we've been like, "The fuck, you fuck off," you know what I mean? But it's been so rare and far in between, you know what I mean? It's weird. So we have to play argue now because we don't get it any other way. So like, I will stomp up the stairs sometimes in jest. I've never really done that. I know you do. When you get angry, you storm up the stairs, slam the door. Did you put a crack in the wall? Or did you?
I did. Yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel though when you slammed the door and then you found out there was a crack in the wall because you slammed the door? Did that, like, why did I do that? Or were you just like, oh, fucking walls, this fucking house isn't even built properly, what the fuck?
Yeah. Now it's going to come out my fucking deposit. No, I'm going to scrape the bits off and paint over it when we have to eventually move out.
Polyfiller, you know what I mean? Works
It's
wonders.
not too bad, it's just the paint is cracked, I think. I don't think the actual wall is, it's just the paint's flaking off.
I mean, you might have, like, put a little bit of a dent in the plaster or whatever.
Yeah.
Houses ain't built that great.
I was worse as a teenager, my god.
Yeah.
My mum stopped putting my bedroom door back on after a while. Yeah.
Slam the door off the hinges.
I did it off my
Fucking
wardrobes
hell.
as well. My wardrobes didn't have doors.
Wow.
I used to just like trash my room. when I was
Anger
angry.
management.
But as a teenager, I think lots of people, it's pretty frustrating being a teenager, and I have a lot of sympathy for
was
teenagers,
frustrating
actually,
being a
because it's
teenager.
horrible, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone,
Mm.
to be honest. And it's worse when
I don't
people
know,
are
when I
like,
was
oh,
there,
these
it
are meant to
felt
be the
shit,
best years
but
of your life, but no.
Some of it
These,
was.
what I'm in now, these are the best years of my life, and I don't think I've even peaked yet. I think I'm still climbing up.
Oh, see, these are the ideals I want to start subscribing to, because my peak's gone, long gone. My synapses are shot, my reflexes are gone. I can't do things the same way that I used to, so my peak has gone. It has. I have to face up to that. I'm not as good as what I used to be. I'm slower, duller, retarded. See, what did that manifest in your mind when I said the word retarded? What did you immediately think of?
Just you sitting there like dribbling.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like having no clue with what's going on.
See, yeah.
Like an old man.
To be retarded is to be slowed. To retard something is to slow
Is that actually
something.
technically what it means?
Technically, that is what it means. It doesn't mean...
I'm quite retarded then, because I can be very slow.
Yeah. But, and people take it out of context. That annoys me. People take words out of context.
Oh, I know.
And, like, that's not even what it fucking means. What are you saying? You don't know what you're talking about. People get very indignant at work.
I like that word. What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that one up. But I know 1,000 words. I don't know any of the meanings.
Yeah.
But I know the words. and it
Sometimes
sounds
I
fucking
use
cool when I
words
say
and I'm
it.
not quite sure what they mean, but I think if I just say it with
Yeah.
enough confidence, people
Yeah,
will...
absolutely.
And I think it's true, especially when you're talking to people who you know aren't as smart as you. Just throw words at them and they're like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, nice. But yeah, if you don't know something, but make it up, if you say it with confidence, they'll believe you.
Yeah.
You must have done that at work at some point.
Oh my!
I've done that
I
at work.
barefaced lie to the customers all the time. Because, like, if I'm really busy and I've got loads of stuff to do, and then they're bothering me, especially if it's like they've come from another department, and they're like, I work in accessories now, and they'll be asking me something about children's wear, and I'm just like, what? So I'm just like, oh no, we don't have any of that left, I'm afraid. We'll be getting more next week.
Yeah.
And just if you say it like that, they're just
say
like,
it nicely enough, and you say it confidently enough.
Most
like,
of the
okay,
time,
thanks.
I'm really good with customers, and
Yeah.
I do take pride in making customers happy, as long as they're decent customers.
yeah.
I don't like... People can be so rude. I had this woman the other week, and she clicked her fingers at me. She was like, excuse me.
Excuse me, miss.
And I
Excuse
was
me.
just like, right.
Hello.
No, they're not getting anything out of me, whatever. And then I had this woman who was asking me about a dress, and she was like, do you have any more of these? And I was like, no, I know for a fact actually we don't, because I put them out that morning, and there was only a few left. And she was like, no need to be so rude. And I was like, okay. She was like, well,
sorry, that was just my tone of voice.
And then there
I
was
do
another
apologise.
dress, and she was like, do you have this in a size 8? And I was like, no, that's all we've got is what's out there. And they were all like 16s, 14s, 12s. And then she was like, no need to be so rude.
No, I wasn't being rude. I was just being to the point.
Yeah. And then I was like, sorry, is there anything else I can help you with? She's like, where's your manager? I was like, probably wandering around here somewhere. I don't know exactly where she is right now. You can try and find her if you want.
I tell you what, go to customer services with Tannoy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, people make me angry.
People piss
the public
me
and they're
off.
so stupid. Some people. I hate stupidity. Not stupidity like, I know not everyone's has the same brain capabilities. I'm really bad at science. I don't understand scientific stuff, so I'm really awed by people who do. But it's when people are just really stupidly ignorant and they don't listen and they don't understand concepts of having a debate or an argument or a discussion. They're just kind of like, I'm right, even if they're not. And it's like, no, you are wrong. Or when they don't, they can't consider other people's perspectives or, it drives me insane.
I'm gonna, when I I work on a delicatessen counter,
Yes, you
and
do.
customers will come along and ask for slices of ham. I have to ask them, is that on a medium slice? Because, there's...
Yeah.
I set the dial to anything. How thick do you want the slice? Essentially, is what I'm asking. And they will go, just as it comes.
What
do you
fucking
mean?
ham?
It comes in a big block like this. How do you want it sliced? So, sandwich thickness. What the fuck does that mean? The thickness of a sandwich? How thick do you want it in your sandwich? I like it thin in my sandwiches. Oh no, I like it not see-through. I don't want to see through it. You're not going to be able to see through it. It's a fucking solid object. You're not even listening to what you're saying. It makes no sense. Couple of slices, please. 2 medium slices? Oh, about 5. What? No, you just said a couple. Yeah, about 5. Well, that's not a couple then, is it? A couple is 2, a few is 3, and then 4 is 4, 5 is 5, and whatever. So, if people say a couple, I have to say 2
People
medium
don't
slices.
say what they mean enough,
Nope.
and at work, or like they say weird things to mean other things, and then like at work, people will say really weird words for things, and loads of people before have been like, "Do you sell house coats?" What the fuck is a house coat?
A coat you wear
like
in the
a
house?
coat you wear inside.
Are you talking
And I
about
was
a
like,
dressing gown?
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, like a dressing gown. I'm like, why don't you say dressing gown? And no, sorry, we don't,
toweling
because we
robe.
only sell those in the winter, I'm afraid.
Oh,
'Cause
never mind.
everything's seasonal.
You are limited in space.
Yeah.
You
Can't
have
sell
many
everything.
departments.
Yeah.
If it was all just women's wear, then maybe you could diversify and have a coat section and have this and that and that.
Yeah.
But you don't.
A house
you
coat
can't,
section.
You can't have that. Generally, you've got your household section as well, which is it's huge. With the
Yeah.
sheets and the towels and everything
Curtains and yeah.
curtains, and it looks really fucking nice.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed, actually, whenever I go into your place of work.
Yeah.
Because there are other places. I'm not going to say the place. But I'm always impressed. Like when I go in there, generally it looks quite nice. It looks a lot better than I imagined it was going to be.
Yeah.
However, even though they've got 1 million people behind the cash registers, it takes forever to get served in there. There's always queues.
I find though
Long
the
queues.
queues go down a lot quicker than if there is one person on every till. So like a Saturday afternoon,
Yeah.
there will be
God,
every
man.
single till. So that's like 20 tills.
Yeah.
The queues will be really long, but actually, like you'll say to the customers, like, "Oh, sorry, you had to wait," kind of thing, and they're like,
Yeah,
"That's fine. It's only 10 minutes." Because
It's
you
only
feel
10,
like
10 minutes for a
but
queue.
when
is
you
bad.
look at the length of the queue,
Yeah.
you think, "Fuck, that's going to be like half an hour." But it does go down really quickly.
Yeah. I don't know. That puts me off buying things though. When I see that long queue, it's
Yeah.
like, do you know what? I don't want those shorts.
Sometimes
I don't
they
want that
open up
t-shirt with
customer
Fred
services
Flintstone on
to
it.
customers if
Ooh,
the queues
nice.
are really
Yeah.
long. They'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, go down to customer services. They can serve you there." Not very often though,
No.
because they're busy as well.
Yeah, exactly, doing
returns and
customer service
exchanges
things.
and,
Oh man.
yeah, I like work most of the time. It's just the
Yeah,
customers.
just the customers
Oh,
generally, and it's only really probably 10% of the
Yeah,
customers.
it's just a small minority.
Most of the others are lovely people.
Yeah.
I've met some genuinely lovely people, and
Yeah.
I really like them.
Mm.
But yeah, it's always the bad people that I remember.
Yeah,
more.
which is a shame. And I try and
Yeah.
remember the good customers because sometimes customers are really
Yeah.
quite nice and very appreciative. I like it when you do go out of your way to help someone,
Yeah.
and they are very.
And I'll remember their
genuinely
order. You know what I
appreciative.
mean? And I'll
Yeah.
see them. And it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, because I
And I'll
guess
give
you
them a
would
little
get
bit.
regulars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really see customers more than once. Not very often.
Generally, no.
but-
More when I was in the coffee shop.
Mm.
That's when I had regulars, and they would come in for their large, one-shot, extra hot, decaffeinated, skimmed latte. Fucking people would come in and go, "Can you do half a shot?" Yeah, of course I fucking can. Just press the button. Can you do a skinny cappuccino? Oh, you see, let's just have a look. No, I'm afraid all we got is the regular cappuccinos left, I'm afraid. We haven't got any skinny ones, no. It's just a type of milk, you fucking... You don't know what you're talking about. A guy came in one time and he said, "Oh, can I have an espresso, please?" So I did him an espresso, gave it to him. "What's that?" "Well, that's an espresso."
Espresso.
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 I don't care how you fucking pronounce it. It's espresso. I don't care. There's an X, silent X in
There's no X
espresso.
in it.
I know there's not, but I was having this debate with my manager at work. He was really pissed off at it. I'm getting him on the podcast as well. He's coming on, my manager.
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to that one.
That'd be interesting.
But anyway, I digress. The espresso, sorry. But yeah, and he was like, well, I don't know anything about coffee. I'm a farmer. It's like, well, I'm a barista. I don't know anything about cows. Why don't you just fucking ask?
Yeah.
I just want a coffee. Can I just get like a coffee? And I'd be like, we do filter coffees or we do an Americanos. They're essentially the same thing. One tastes a little bit nicer than the other. You know what I mean? If you just want a coffee, I can get you a coffee. But don't just come up and go, espresso.
Like you know what you're talking about.
Like you know what you're talking about. And then when it comes and you're like, oh, what's this? It's like, well, that's what you asked for. That's what that is. If you don't know what it is, ask. People are so frightened of asking.
Yeah.
I don't like asking for help.
But sometimes you have to.
Sometimes
I
you have
hate
to.
it. I'm a very proud person, and I hate having to admit that I don't
But
know something.
I don't like
Yeah.
accepting help from people. I've got this far in my life by myself, and I can do it myself. Thank you very much. But you got to accept help, really.
Yeah.
Because and people who offer.
They wouldn't offer if they don't want to help.
Yeah,
but
well, sometimes people offer and they don't want to help. You know what I mean?
Because they feel they have to.
I don't want to do the things, but I offer, and then I'll do it, and I'll grumble. Or fucking stupid prick. I'm fucking what are you saying? Num. I think I had too much coffee. I feel a little bit tweaky.
Coffee's amazing.
Coffee is amazing. There's a place, I was reading an article last night. There's a place, I think it's in Devon, called Totnes. In Totnes, there's like about, I think there was 40 independent coffee shops there.
Oh, wow.
There are no commercial chains there. It's all independent. They like strive to have the whole like town independent.
That's
I think they have a WH Smith's, I think. But yeah, they're getting a Costa, and they are protesting this
Excellent.
Costa. They don't want Costa there, but the planning permission's already been granted by the local authorities.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. So I was reading about this. They don't want a Costa. And I'm like, what's the big fucking deal? Put it there. Don't go in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's there for
If
people
not enough people
who want to
use
go to
it,
Costa.
it'll close
If I
down.
go to Totnes, I would like to go to a Costa. I
know.
quite like Costa.
Yeah.
I know that. If I walk past some of these independent coffee shops, they look cool, I'm going to go in them as well. You know what I mean? I drink a lot of coffee. So, and if it's cheaper, more expensive, I don't care. I've talked about this before. It's the passionate side of it goes a long way. When I was at WOMAD Festival, there was this coffee tent thing, little stall called the Paper Cup Cafe. That was it. The Paper Cup Cafe. And the man who worked in there was the loveliest, most passionate man I've probably seen in my life. He took so much care and precision over preparing that double espresso shot to go in my Americano than I've
Lovely.
ever seen in my life. I've never seen a man so passionate about that. And it was 50p more expensive than the next place down the road. And the next place down the road, that £2, because it's £2.50 for a large Americano, and it was £2 for a coffee next door. Do you know what that coffee was next door?
Instant.
Just Nescafe,
Yeah.
granules. And like, there you go, there's your coffee. There's no care over that.
No.
None whatsoever. However, in my Costa that I go into in the train station, they don't put the same level of care into it that man did, but they are just as passionate.
Yeah.
They know me
That's their
as
job.
well. I haven't been in there for months. I went in there yesterday and they went, large Americano, skinny milk.
Excellent.
Boom. And I haven't been in there for like
That's why
3
you go to
months.
places like that, because people are like, oh, fucking chains, it's all
Yeah.
corporate. But it's because they're good. They have standards. You know the quality
Yeah.
you're going to get.
They don't
if
get
you
to
don't get
that
then
point
you know that they will deal with it.
without having, some element of,
Yeah.
good about the products that they're selling.
And not every company is like that, but
Mm.
generally that, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know it's going to be
So-
standard. So,
And I want to get my Costa points.
yeah.
Thank you
get
very
your free
much.
one.
Get my free coffee. Although, since I switched to my Americano, and now I only get 5 points per coffee because it's $1.95 for an Americano, and it's my latte was £2.05. I think actually it's probably a little bit more. Actually, I think so. I got that extra 5 points per transaction.
You get an extra shot in it, and then that'll boost your points up.
Yeah, and then I tweaked like a motherfucker in like the first like 3 hours, and I crash heavily. I have to pace myself with the coffee. I can't have a massive injection because when I first went into Costa, because I didn't start drinking like espresso based coffee drinks until I started working in the coffee shop. I just had I didn't even really understand what all of these fucking lattes and shit was. I didn't know, but because all my experience was with the coffee shop where I worked. When I went into Costa and I ordered a small latte, I liked in my coffee shop, in my small drink, to have a double espresso shot in my latte. In Costa, the small is a double shot. Yeah. But I didn't know that. So I asked for a small latte with an extra shot, please. And then when I'm drinking it, it's like, fucking hell, this is a bit strong. Bloody hell, this coffee's amazing. Whoa, this is great. Love it. It's a bit expensive, $2.45 for a small latte, but never mind. It's $1.75 at work for the same deal. In fact, get cheaper because of my discount card. But it's all right. And then one time I went, small latte with an extra shot, and they went, that is going to be 3 shots. Yeah. What? That's why it's so strong. Yeah, no, just no extra shot, please. That's crazy. Oh, man. Took me a long time to figure that one out. Quite a few drinks. So, but yeah, like, I don't get so angry, but they're really angry at coffee chains. They don't want the Costas. Totnes. So, yeah, if you want really good coffee, go to Totnes, because there are hundreds of not hundreds. I think there was like 41.
You could do
I think
like a coffee crawl.
Yeah,
all in one day.
Wow,
you'll probably
your
die.
Shit's gonna be fucking horrible, man. Coffee really like stimulates my colon. It makes me go poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I need to change that on my computer. It goes to sleep after 20 minutes. Now, I don't think that's actually hurt the podcast whatsoever. I don't think it's gone to sleep like completely. It's switched off, but I don't want it to do that, because what if it does hurt the podcast? I don't know.
That would be a waste.
That would be terrible. That would piss me off. We've just done over an hour.
I would really grind your gears.
That would really grind my gears. That's Family Guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Family Guy. That used to piss me off, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. 95% of the jokes were for an American audience.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what they were talking about. And so I can't find it funny. Like, I haven't been this drunk since this girl went crazy. And then it will cut to some woman who's driving a car and she'll crash into a tree and like, woo, and fall out of the car. And it's like, well, I have no idea what that means. I don't get it. But then they'll do like a movie reference. It's like, oh shit, no, I've seen that movie. That's quite funny. I understand that. So it's comedy is relative to people's knowledge. It's only funny if you know what it's about. If you don't know what it's about, it's not funny. So that's why Family Guy used to piss me off. Nowadays, it's not so bad. I guess they must have learned, and most of the jokes translate. Yeah. But there are still
there's always a few where it's like
what the fuck does that mean? And it's because I'm not American.
Yeah. I
don't really know the Kool-Aid Man that well, particularly. I do now because I've watched it on Family Guy, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Type in Kool-Aid into YouTube and watch all the adverts. Now I've caught up. I kind of find it funny. It took a lot of research to find the punchline to that joke, but never mind. Did kind of spoil it a little bit. But yeah, I didn't really find that like with South Park.
I don't like South Park.
I fucking love South Park. The last couple of series of South Park have been phenomenal. I can watch it and I can
find it funny, but I can't watch loads of it. Like,
they make that episode in 6 days now. Really? There's a documentary about it. South Park, 6 days to air. I used to have it on my computer. I don't know if I've still got it. Maybe on the hard drive. I should have a look. But it was fucking fascinating, this documentary. Really fascinating. Because it shows you that they make this episode in 6 days. Wow. I don't know if you remember the centipad episode, the human centipad episode. Yeah. They showed you the making of that, really. And it's 6 days to do everything. And then fucking broadcast it. They are pretty much given carte blanche now to do whatever they want
Wow.
on the Comedy Central network. Like, they fucking did jokes about Muhammad.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? They nearly had the Comedy Central offices nearly bombed. They found a bomb outside it. They
Blimey.
disarmed it and stuff. It's crazy. They had to put Muhammad in a bear suit because you can't show an image of Muhammad.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. And so they put him in a bear suit. And they're like, that's Muhammad. But then they've just shown an image of Muhammad in a bear suit. So that contravenes the Islamic law. Like, it's crazy. But they push the boundaries there.
Yeah.
How
they
many
do.
fucking shows do you know makes jokes about Islam?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's very rare because it's a really dodgy ground. You can get killed for doing that, but they don't care. And also the network, the television network, let them do that.
Yeah.
Because essentially, I can make a really offensive show. A really offensive show where the Queen's getting butt fucked by Satan and cock's coming out of her mouth and stuff, and then Saddam Hussein jizzes all over her face and tits. You know what I mean? And then I could give that to Channel 4. If they put that on the air, that's their responsibility.
Yeah.
They have chosen to take that from me and broadcast it.
Mm-hmm.
That it's my responsibility because I made it, but it's essentially their responsibility because they put it on the air. So they are at fault. They should have said, this is treason, and as such, we can't broadcast this. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? Just for Comedy Central to let South Park just do whatever they want is amazing. It's amazing.
It's insane.
It is insane.
A bit dangerous.
It is a bit dangerous,
Risky.
but that's how comedy should be. It should be left like that.
Well, it wouldn't be comedy if it didn't push
when
the boundaries.
When people say, like, Frankie
because
Boyle...
stuff that shocks you is funny.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
Sometimes things shock
people.
me, and I think, like Frankie Boyle, he can be incredibly obscene and offensive. But then I think, well...
See, the problem with Frankie Boyle is he's being offensive for offensive's sake. I don't think he's particularly funny.
I don't think he's that intelligent either.
I don't know. I don't think that, what he portrays on stage or on... he doesn't do Mock the Week anymore now, I don't think. So, but what he portrays on there, that's not him.
Yeah.
That's just his sense of humour. But, yeah, I mean, certainly when he's on, like, those panellist shows and he's pretty quick-fired with his wit, that only really exists because of the editing.
Yeah.
There's hours of footage that they have, and they cut it together and they make it tight, and every joke works. What you don't see is the jokes that don't work.
Yeah.
And they bomb, and then they cut that out. So, you know what I mean? They present a false image of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
This whole comedy roadshow, Michael McIntyre Boom and stuff like that. Those programs where they'll have a host and then somebody will come out and do 5 minutes of comedy and then someone else will come out and do 5. They give a false impression of what stand-up comedy is. I don't quite know how I got onto this subject. I took a weird tangent, so I can't remember what I was talking about in the first place. But I got here somehow. And that pisses me off because I like my comedy to be a bit offensive and be a bit edgy. I like it to push the boundaries. Like, I think you can go too far with jokes. I don't particularly like jokes about rape. However, there can be some pretty funny rape jokes. You can have a joke about rape that is funny. You can. It's possible.
Yeah.
There are 1,000,001 terrible rape jokes. But, there's going to be a few that are actually kind of funny when you think about it. There was one... Actually, no, I can't even say that because it's not my joke. So I could give credit to him, but I'm not even going to say it. But it's a fucking funny rape joke. But, yeah, I'm not going to say it. But... You know what I mean? When I don't know, there's nothing wrong. Like Michael McIntyre, there's nothing wrong with Michael McIntyre. I don't particularly like that safe.
I think he's
generic.
funny.
It's safe. There's nothing.
It's funny
new.
though.
There's.
He is funny. I think he's hilarious.
It's just observances. You know what I mean? Like you can do a routine about Starbucks and Costa and you know what I mean, Cafe Nero and all that stuff, but I don't think it's pushing any boundaries. It's not challenging anything. It's not.
Well,
it's
like
just
mass market comedy.
Yeah. It's the 50 Shades of Grey in the comedy world. Essentially, that's what it is. It's not to my taste. I don't think it's particularly funny, but at least it's getting people into comedy again. This is fucking no. I wish they'd watch something decent that challenged fucking ideas and was funny at the same time. You know what I mean? And comedians like that do exist, but they're just not famous. So you don't see them on TV all the time.
I think, though, when comedians push the boundaries, they may be talking about more niche things or more things that you have to know about to understand.
It's possible.
As opposed to, like, the mass market of mums and dads sitting at home on a Saturday night watching the TV. They're not going to understand jokes about, like, drugs, for example.
Yeah, it's possible.
They're not going to understand jokes about, I don't know, you know, whatever, like, kind of thing. So it's got to be tailored to the right audience.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see that. We've done quite long.
Yeah,
we've still got hours left to go, though. Hours of recording is left. We can do as long as we want. Have you seen 600?
Yeah, I did have a look.
Fucking good. That.
See that.
I'm pleased. Positive energy coming out of the amount of time. I don't know what I was going to do. I was going to do something, but I can't remember what it was. Probably look at some porn. Ooh.
While I'm here,
notification on. Oh, here we go. We got. Ooh. Wow, here we go. Look at this. Comments and stuff. Awesome. Likes. There was a girl, I think she's a friend of Lloyd's. In a post. Yeah, no, this lady here, when's her birthday?
Same as yours.
That's my birthday.
Oh,
she's born on the same day as me. Now, what I want to do is in this, the comments bit of there is put a Jesus Christ, that woman's got the same birthday as me. But if she sees that, is she like, oh, that's a bit stalkerish? Why is he looking at me? But I'm only looking at her because she liked the post.
Yeah, and you don't know who she is.
And I don't know who she is. So
that.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I
as
think
a woman,
that's
is that
okay.
That's all right. If we didn't know each other and I did that and you were like, oh, why is he looking at my page? Is that all right with? Yeah, so I'm gonna do that then. I'm not gonna do it now because that's gonna be distracting doing it on the podcast. But I like this thing. Stuff's happening with this. It's starting to snowball, and you look really. Is that your mum?
Yeah, that is my mum.
Brilliant. I like that. Oh wow, I haven't seen him for a long time. He's my friend, a pilot. He's a pilot. I used to work with him. George. Amazing. Lovely George. He had such a lovely face. And one day, he's going to be my pilot.
Ace.
Yeah, Ace. That's what he's going to do. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to wrap this one up, I think, because we've been talking for a long time.
Could do with some chicken.
You could do with some chicken. Yeah, chicken wings. I'm going to eat the rest of my pizza. I'm going to drink some more coffee. I know that much. Anything else? What have you got planned for the rest of the day?
Well, seeing as we just found out we've got a bloody house inspection on Friday. Yeah. Looks like I'll be doing housework.
Oh, no.
That'll be fun.
Oh, poor you. But that's all right.
It's all right.
Stick on an episode or two with the ridiculousness. You'll get it done in no time.
Exactly.
Boom shanker. I don't know. I like all of the episodes. I like all of them. Some of them, like a couple of ones ago, episode 13, I was a bit different in that one. I was really tired.
Was that one on your own?
No, it was with Andy. But yeah, I was tired. I'd been at work all day. I was a bit depressed.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And I felt a different energy whilst doing that one. You know what I mean? So there are differences between podcasts, but they're all good. I like them all. I don't have any favourites apart from yours. Obviously, yours are the best. Yeah. Whoever's on, there's the best, really. I have to butter people's mouths. Does that, well, yeah. I buttered your tongue. Lovely. I don't know what that means.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Anyway, so thank you very much for doing this once again. I always enjoy doing it with you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.